Feel like this. So you're going to feel like you've got a tripod. But I've got my two legs, and my head is dead smack center. That I think we've talked about before.
Yes,
that's big for you.
Okay.
So your chin. If I drop a plumb bob, it's got to be dead center.
Okay.
So standing. So wheel around this way. So we look at that in a second too.
Okay.
Right
here.
Dead center. So and this is where people talk about having the head behind the ball. We'll talk about that in a second, how the spine's tilting, but it's much more important to have the hands ahead of the ball. That's why everybody misses the point. You know, it's the hands are ahead of the ball, and the head's where the head is, but it doesn't have to be as far behind it to start with. I want it dead center.
Okay.
That's where he is. And it's not that view.
Yes. Okay.
And almost all good players are. So that's perfect. Now, as far as getting this, your posture, what I did with your knees there a second ago, there's 7 things in a golf swing, really. There are 3 things you have to do. The other 4 you can get away with. You got to have a flat left wrist and impact. So this has got to be flat coming through impact. You have to do that. You have to trace a straight line. So if I'm hitting a golf ball like this, so if I have this here like this, I've got to trace as that club comes through impact. The shaft is tracing a straight line. Now obviously this club head goes in an arc.
Right.
See that? But all good play, you have to be able to trace a straight line through here. You know, from waist high through waist high. That has to happen. That's a must. That's The other thing is the club's got to have a little bit of lag pressure to it. So you got to be feeling the back of the club. That's why that thumb's got to be back there. You're feeling the top of the shaft. I want you to feel more the back of the shaft.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Yep.
Those are the 3 things. Now, of the other 4, which we're not going to get into all, but the main thing I'm seeing there on that video is your head's not in the center. And your head starts moving.
So,
it's not steady. Yeah. So it should not, and this is the thing in the golf machine, it should not bob or sway. So it can't, so once you set up to the golf ball, this head cannot lower. Now you'll see some good players, especially some of these younger guys, do that now. Their heads, you know, Tiger's head lowers about a foot.
Right.
But that's also why he hits it sideways a lot.
Yeah.
So that's why all these kids do it. So you can't bob up and down or sway side to side.
Right.
Then you get anybody that's taught by Jimmy Ballard and they think they can move a foot to the right. Now, can you play that way? Absolutely. That's why those 3 things I just said, a flat left wrist, tracing a straight plane line, and having that lag pressure, those 3 things you've got, I don't care who you are, you have to do that to hit a golf ball. That's just geometry and physics. The others you can get away. Can you move your head? Absolutely. But is that the easiest way to do it? Now, if this head stays steady, I'll show you what I'm talking about. So if I set up here, okay, hit this golf ball, my head's dead center of my feet. Yeah. So I'm going to take this club up. We're going to talk about the pivot in a second. I'm going to take this club up. My head remains motionless. Right. It is not bobbed or swayed, and it is not moved off that golf ball. Right. And then as I start down, club's coming down, bam. Has it moved? I can follow it. I can trace it this way. So my eyes can start to follow the ball, but my head is still not moving this way. And you finish with a little bit of tilt here. That head's completely motionless. You just saw how much it moves, and then it moves back this way. I think that's our first thing.
Okay.
To help with that, we got to get this thing going up a little better than it is.
Right.
To start talking about the plane. So, go ahead and set up.
Okay.
So the head's in the center.
Now, actually the grip feels like they are together in unison.
Well, they are. They match now.
Yeah.
Which they should.
Right. Okay.
So now everything is, and now all your pressure points in your grip are all going against the back of the shaft.
Right.
Which is what we got nothing going on top.
Okay.
Which is what we want. All right. Now